Is it raising kids? Because I don't have kids. I'm not there yet. I have dogs. How is it raising kids in like a society where college is just pressed upon them to go for 4 years and get a job and do all that stuff?
Yeah, as a father, that's really hard because even as a dad, you know, you want your kids to succeed in this whole new concept of you have to go on to college to succeed. Yeah. It's tough to know. I personally didn't go to college, and so it's hard. Do I have my kids follow in my footsteps and doing what I'm doing? I think when it really comes down to it is every kid is different. Sure. But I think teaching them and ingraining and instilling kind of that passion first and that entrepreneurial spirit. I think you have to be an entrepreneur in anything you're doing, even if you go to college, to succeed in whatever job you're going to. So it is tough. I personally feel college is now more based off of money, which is sad because I wish it was more about education and really going to get a higher learning. But me personally, I don't push my kids to go to college. I actually push them to really kind of get into their creative mindset of, you know, working the grind. And then if college happens to be something they want to do, then that's more of a second alternative or second opportunity, if that makes sense. Sure.
All right, so my next question would be, what's your opinion on this? So, for example, in like 1965, just as an example here, the average college cost about $165 a quarter. So it's like $2,800-ish for you to go to school for 4 years. But at the same time, the wage for that college student was a couple dollars an hour. So if you had worked part-time in college for 4 years, you would have actually made about $4,000 and your school would have cost $2,800. Now, the average four-year university is 30, 40 grand. You'll be, even if you have scholarships and all that stuff, you'll have 100, 130, 140K in loans and debt. And then you're graduating making $47K a year. Add all this up, you've got over $1.6 trillion of student loan debt in the United States off of 45 million college students and growing. And student loans are the U.S. Treasury's #1 asset. So like, what do you think about that? That's a lot of information, but.
Again, I think the only word is sad. It really is. It's just turned more into a business versus actually learning. Most kids are going to college, and when they're coming out of college, they can't even get a job. So they've got this debt, and they have nothing to show for it. So it's tough. My first job actually in management and leadership, I was 21 years old, and I was managing people that were 2 times older than me with college degrees. And so it's really tough to see where that you know, actual piece of paper gets you. And I think that's really where it comes to, is in high school, it's now all about the piece of paper and not about the work. So if you could instill into these young kids that you still have to work hard. It's the grind. It doesn't matter where you're at or what you're doing. It's the grind, not just a piece of paper. But these kids are taught that all you have to do is go to college. The professors are going to push you through and graduate you, give you this piece of paper, and now you think, oh, now I'm going to get a job. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to, and that piece of paper means nothing. You still have to start from the bottom with that piece of paper, and you still have to work your way up to earn the income that you want to earn.
If anything, it might have just put you 4 years behind.
Exactly. And so that's kind of what I've told my kids is really is like, for those first 4 years out of high school, when you really don't know what you really want to do, if you're really not passionate about something, then just go into the workforce. Find what you're passionate about, find what you love, and then at that time, maybe you need to go to college to then further your learning experience in that specific field or that craft or what you really are passionate about. But until then, go find your passion, go find what you want to do.
And my opinion is like, you know, there has to be a balance. Like, one of the things that my dad has said, because he's like, hey, you know, not everybody can be an entrepreneur. Like, there is like a DNA thing. I think there is like a switch that some people have, like a fuse some people have. Like, there's an entrepreneur fuse. Some people don't have that fuse. They just don't. And some people probably won't, and some people can acquire it. So, you know, there's not going to be day without night. you're not going to, you know, all be business owners. There's going to be the people that flip the burgers. There's going to be the people that are the gas station attendants. And then there's going to be the people that own the Amazons and, you know, the Walmarts and the chain stores and stuff like that. So it's like, not everybody can be an entrepreneur. Like, everybody can't be, because then there wouldn't be anything else. But at the end of the day, like, unless you're a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer, I don't see much point in college.
Yeah, it's what it's really come down to. It's unfortunate, but
yeah.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus.